We're here in Bellevue, Washington, at the Washington State Patrol headquarters. Let's see what they have to say about Trooper Armstrong's behavior. Is the sergeant available?
I'm sorry?
Is there a sergeant available?
Yeah, sure. May I have your name, please?
No name.
I'm sorry?
No name.
No name?
Yep.
You would like to speak to Sergeant?
Yep.
Okay, sure. Have a seat, please.
Oh, wait here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I'm here to get the mail. I'm thinking he might need some mail. I'm not sure what he is.
You wait long out there? Oh, perfect timing for you.
Nope, no, but he's not okay. He might.
Looks like a desert, huh? Hello, how's it
What can I
going?
do for you?
Can I get your name, badge number?
My name is Clark. My badge number is 159.
Okay, are you the sergeant here?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy needs help. You wanna?
I just want to know where I go to get my arrest report.
When was it, or was it us?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Sure,
Let
yep.
me
Go ahead.
get you an email address.
An email address?
Yeah, it has to go through public disclosure. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a roller coaster of nothing.
Your destination is on your right.
They're really good at sending people around like a maze.
Well, I would assume I could drive to the Washington State Patrol.
The headquarters. This is the headquarters.
Yeah, and they'd have access.
You'd think they would have it. They could print it, right?
Hello, this is Vaughn. Hello? From where? What is that? No, thank you. What are you here for?
Well, I had an officer that threatened to rip me out of my vehicle, pretty much, and yeah, so I'm gonna try to report him, and yeah, he tried to like get physical, and you know.
Wow. Is there a website that how long does it take to get it back from if I email it? Is there a website I can go to and just download it right away? I need it for my alcohol assessment for tomorrow.
So if you go to this website, then I want to, and then you can actually do this. I'm not sure how long it takes to actually get it back to you though.
And I would assume if I drove out to the Washington State Patrol headquarters, you guys could give it to me here.
I can't, it has to go through public disclosure.
There's nowhere that I can go and just get it automatically.
No.
It's his record, right? I mean, he should be able to grab his own record, right?
But you have to understand, I don't make the rules.
No, that's fine. I'm not trying to cause an upset.
I understand.
It's just, obviously, I'm under just a little bit of stress right now.
That's probably a little frustrating for you.
I've got my hearing coming up on February 14th, and it's just, you know, I gotta get all my stuff to my attorney so that he can do all of the pre-trial stuff. It's just,
So your attorney should be familiar with the public disclosure process as well.
well, he's gonna get it all for himself, but I'm going to an alcohol assessment tomorrow.
That you need for court.
Yeah,
So,
so.
yeah, email that, I'm not sure how long it takes to get back.
I can just go to the website and go.
Today, yeah.
And probably get it relatively quickly, I would assume.
I don't know how long it takes.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, what can I do for you?
Well, I was recently stopped by an officer, and I was threatened to be ripped out of the car by this officer, and I have it on film. So I would like to make a report against this officer because I feel he's a danger to the public. He's actually extremely dangerous, the way he conducts his business and he acts. I'm sure you know him, Joseph Armstrong.
So I know, let me tell you this. I know the guys that work here, but I'm not familiar with your situation. So
Okay.
if you've got your name and a phone number and email, I'll forward it to his supervisor.
Well, I don't know if that's, I'm at the headquarters, right? This is the headquarters.
For this district, yes.
Right, but like, if there's a dangerous cop out there, people should, you know, you should make a phone call or do something to like prevent this guy from, you know, he might shoot somebody, you know.
Sure. Let me get another piece of paper that's got information for you, and you can go forward from there.
Okay, I'm just not sure a piece of paper is the solution. Because usually a solution,
Be right back.
yeah.
Alright, so I printed this off for you. This is the complaint complement process. If you follow this, you can submit it either online or here in person, I'm more than willing to take your information now and do this.
So this is a complaint form.
This is.
Okay, because usually when a threat is made, they make a, like a criminal form, a criminal complaint, or like a.
Can I get your name from me? Just your first name. I don't need all your information.
I really don't want to give it out because I'm not.
So listen, here's the deal. I'll help you, but I'm not going to be baited into an argument that you're going to post on YouTube.
Baiting you into an argument?
Right. So I will provide this to you. I will take your name. I can take your information. I can forward it to your supervisor. I can give it to my supervisor. But I'm not going to have a long, drawn-out conversation here in our foyer.
Well,
So do you have any other questions for me today?
I'm not asking for a FOIA. I'm not asking for a records request.
No, we're standing in a foyer. This isn't a records request. This is a
A FOIA is a records request.
No, we're standing in a foyer.
This is a public
It is.
easement.
I'm not telling you have to leave.
Okay, so
But I am telling you I'm not going to have a long, drawn conversation.
I'm not asking for you to have a long
about
drawn.
a situation that I'm not familiar with. Any other questions?
Like I said, usually when a threat is made, someone makes a criminal complaint, not.
Well, you're more than welcome to make a criminal complaint.
Where's the form for the criminal complaint?
This is the only form I have.
That's
Or I
the
can
only.
get you a website that you can do something right now. But I don't have any other information that I can give you at this point in time.
Okay, so it's not. To you, it's not concerning that the officer's threatening people on the side of the road.
I'm not going to comment on your situation because I'm not familiar with it. You're not going to bait me.
I'm not baiting you. This isn't baiting. This is a real concern. I was threatened to be ripped out of a vehicle.
All right, like I said, I'm not familiar with your situation. I can't comment.
So next time, if he does do it, you're saying I have to defend my life.
I'm not saying anything.
I have to defend my life
No.
and protect myself.
I'm going to provide this information.
So there's no justice here.
All right, if I have your, can I get your name and information that I can go and I can actually look into this and forward it up our chain of command?
I could probably write it down for you.
If you want to write it down
Yeah.
for me, I can go and forward that information. Otherwise, this is all I can give you.
Because I feel like I don't know what forwarding is going to do though. Like you're saying you'll forward it, but what's
Okay,
the?
hold on. I just walked out this door. I don't know who you are. I don't know your name. I've never met you. I don't know anything about your situation. I don't know what you expect me to do to help you if I'm not familiar with your situation. So if you want to have the conversation, that's fine. But in the meantime, I'm not going to stand here and have you make a lot of accusations that I'm not familiar with. I don't know your situation. I can't help you.
I know the officer's name. That should be plenty. If I say that this officer's making threats on the side of the road to rip people out of their car,
And listen, as I'm sure you're familiar, we record all of our contacts. I'm sure it's on camera. I can go and review it. We can look for policy violations. I'm not going to have that conversation out here in our foyer.
can I have a copy of the?
You can absolutely request it. Let me get you the public disclosure request form.
Okay.
that I- So this is the step-by-step instructions on how to request anything that's publicly disclosable, which is what his in-car camera is.
Okay, how long does it take to receive those records?
Like I told the other gentleman, I really don't know how long it takes to process and then get the information back to you.
Okay, so if I was a sergeant, I'm not a
I'm
sergeant.
not gonna have hypothetical
I
conversations.
would make phone calls and say, hey, this guy, he's making threats to people on the side of the road. He doesn't belong on the road.
Okay, again, I'm not gonna have that conversation right now because I don't know.
Well, you don't even want to know his name. You don't even care to know the officer's name. You want to know my name. You don't care about the officer's name. You care about my name.
All right, I know Trooper Armstrong. I'm not gonna have this conversation.
You know him?
I do know him.
Okay.
I know who he is.
Okay.
I know where he works. I don't know your situation, so I can't comment on it.
But at first, you told me you didn't know every officer in the trooper, and now you're saying you know him. So, I mean,
I said I do know most of the guys that work out of this office. I said I
so he does work out of this office.
He does.
Okay. That's kind of odd. He was in Everett, but,
Okay, maybe we're talking about a different Armstrong then.
Joseph Armstrong.
Works out of this office.
Okay. Well, he got me in Everett, so
Okay. Again, I don't know your situation.
I could tell you, but you don't want to hear it.
That's not what I said. I said I would like to have your name and some information so I can look into it, and I'm also not going to have that conversation on camera.
Right, but what I'm getting from this is he might be your buddy, and you want to check this out before, protect him maybe.
I'm not going to be baited into that conversation.
This isn't baiting. This
It is
isn't baiting.
absolutely baiting.
This is.
So, sir, I'm going to leave this information with you. If you want to file a legitimate complaint, by all means, we can have that conversation.
Okay.
I can take your information.
Is there a lieutenant or a chief of police here?
I can go get my boss.
Let's do that.
All right. Stay
Yep.
here. I'll be right back.
What can I help you with?
Do you want to come out here and talk?
No.
No? Okay. So you want to stay behind the glass? Is that where you feel safe, or is that
No.
think I have a weapon, or?
No.
Okay.
What can I help you with?
Just wondering why you're behind the glass.
Because this is where I work.
Oh, okay. You're too good to talk out here on the public.
No, it's where I work, and I just came here.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
My name is Lieutenant Longoria. My badge number is 6'5".
Are you a lieutenant or a chief?
I said I'm Lieutenant Longoria, and my badge number is 6'5".
Okay, so I have a complaint I wanted to make about an officer that threatened to rip me out of the vehicle.
Okay.
He basically threatened my life, and I want to file a criminal complaint, not a officer complaint.
Well, you don't. If you want to file a criminal complaint, which jurisdiction did this happen in?
This happened in Snohomish County, but he's out of this office.
So if it happened in Snohomish County, you have to go to the jurisdiction where that.
Well, no, he's in this. This is his. This is where Sergeant Mosley told me he is.
Okay, but if the event happened in Snohomish County, you have to file or request a criminal investigation within that jurisdiction.
Why wouldn't I go to where he works and the officers that oversee him?
Because of jurisdictional issues. It's like if something happens in Spokane County, I don't investigate it here in King County. People in Spokane County investigate it because that's their jurisdiction.
So you're not worried about what your officers are doing. You just want to send me off that way, and you don't care what.
I worry every minute of the day of how my officers are. I worry about their safety. I worry about everything about.
You worry about their safety, but not the public
I
safety.
worry about everything.
Okay, because for that night it was my safety that was,
Okay.
And he was training another trooper, Tenzin Trang, I believe it was.
Okay.
And to me, that's bad training.
I worry about the public safety too.
You do? Okay. He didn't seem to have any regard for it.
Actually, he did because he stopped you for holding your cell phone in your hand, and that's a violation. And there's a lot of fatal crashes caused by.
Oh, so you know about it.
Oh, of course I do.
You know about it now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now you know about it, but before you didn't care. You were saying,
No, I didn't say I didn't care. I
okay,
never said that, and don't put words into my mouth.
well,
Okay? I said if you want to file a criminal complaint, you need to do so where it happened in the jurisdiction.
so you're protecting your buddy.
No, I'm telling you how it is with the law. I'm not protecting anybody.
You're his superior. You're supposed to oversee his actions.
Right.
If he's committing a crime,
Right.
you would be the one to investigate it.
Wrong.
Wrong.
You are wrong.
How is that?
Because it has to be investigated in the jurisdiction where it was committed. I've told you that probably 5 times now. I
What?
don't understand why you don't understand.
Because if I work in Redmond,
Is there something wrong with you?
what would be wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm speaking perfect.
What do you
English.
think's
I'm
wrong with
telling
me?
you that you have to file the criminal complaint in the jurisdiction where it happened. So if it happened in Snohomish County, you have to go to talk to Snohomish County Sheriff's Office.
So in other words, you don't care what your officers are doing.
No,
They can break the law anytime they want.
Hey, you're trying to put words in my mouth, and I'm not going to allow it.
You're sending me off when you can take a report right here.
No, I am not sending you off. You told me directly. Did you not tell me that you wanted to file a criminal complaint?
I do.
Okay. So I'm explaining to you how you do that. So you don't just go wherever you want to file a criminal complaint. Within the state of Washington, all the law enforcement agencies have jurisdictions where they are primary responsible for, okay? You have to go to that primary law enforcement agency first with a criminal complaint.
What primary law enforcement agency?
Well, you said it happened in Snohomish County.
Right?
So that would be, I would start with Snohomish County Sheriff's Office. If it happened in a city in Snohomish County, then it would go to that city.
So you're telling me the sheriffs would investigate him?
Yes, we do it all the time. Other agencies, because if I investigate my own people, you'll say I'm being biased and showing favoritism. So we have outside agencies investigate our officers, so it eliminates that bias.
So, I mean, it sounds like you're fully aware of the situation. You don't even know my name, but you knew right away, like, I had the cell phone violation. You knew all about it.
Yeah.
So you were prepared for this. You rehearsed it upstairs?
No, I'm just telling you exactly.
Well, I mean, what gave you the conclusion that I was the cell phone guy?
Because
I could be one of a dozen things he's
because
done.
You told me the trooper, and you told me the person he was training, and I'm aware of that situation.
Okay. So, and they reported it to you, and
No.
well, you're saying you're aware of it.
Yes.
What does that mean? You're aware of it?
I'm aware of it.
They told you about it. What?
No, they didn't tell me about it.
What led you to be aware of it?
The YouTube video you posted online, and then the department became aware of that.
Okay. Well, I mean, the.
So what now?
What does that mean? What now?
What do you want to do now, or what can I help you with now?
I mean, I'll go do what you say. I will go down there and I will file this criminal complaint. But he is not going to get away with threatening people's lives on the side of the road. If he was to grab me and attack me, I would fight for my life.
Right. So
I would.
Let me ask you a question. So when you say things like you hope that Trooper Armstrong's into watch day or he gets run over, is that a threat?
I didn't say that.
It's on your video?
No, I didn't say that.
Or it's in your comment?
That's not what I said.
Oh, well, it's something to that regard,
No.
right?
You mean someone made a comment on my page?
I don't know.
That has nothing to do with me.
I don't know. I'm just saying, what's the difference?
The difference is I'm on the side of the road. It's an icy day out. It's if he's claiming I'm on my cell phone, which they made a claim that I wasn't texting or anything, he said I was holding it.
Right, which you still can't do under the law, by the way.
Well, I'd like to see that law, but
Oh, want me to get it for you?
sure.
Okay, I'll get it.
Okay.
Hang tight.
Okay. So I have to make a complaint with the Snohomish County Sheriff's Department, correct?
If you want to, I don't know where this happened. I'm just going off the information.
Well, according to the paperwork off of 145th, which is incorrect because it was actually 41st. So,
41st and I-5?
well, 41st in Evergreen. So I don't know. Yeah. So
I'm confused. So, I mean, I don't know where it happened at. I'm just going off based off the information that you.
right, but he wrote on the paper 145th. It's not 145th. It's 41st Street. So the paperwork's incorrect. And I'm not 5'1". I'm 5'9".
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that would be an issue to address in court. You can always request a contested hearing.
Well, usually clerical errors, they would throw it out.
No.
No?
Actually, no.
So you can make any errors, you can do whatever you want, and it's legal.
Always, it's up to the judge. I don't make those decisions.
Okay, well,
That's why you are allowed to do a contested hearing and explain that to the judge.
do you feel that Officer Tenzin Trang is being properly trained by Joseph Armstrong?
Yes, I do.
You do?
No, I don't feel, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even though the paperwork's incorrect.
That's part of the training process,
Wouldn't he oversee that?
possibly,
Wouldn't you oversee it and make sure the corrections are made before it's submitted?
not necessarily.
No? Okay.
I'm human, I make mistakes all the
So
time.
if Boeing's going to release a new airplane, they don't make sure the paperwork's correct before they send off that airplane to, like, you know, an airline?
I don't know,
And then it crashes and then, you know,
I don't know, that's a little different situation, right?
it's safety concern, right?
No,
No?
no, because a minor paperwork error is not a safety concern all the time.
Sure it is. It's,
Is that,
well, I mean, you're mislabeling stuff. You're misrepresenting.
and how does that result in someone's injury or life
I mean, they could
situation?
mistake.
Don't extrapolate it to an extreme situation like we've seen on the news with the 737 MAX with Boeing. You're taking a minor error on a ticket in a benign situation that does not affect anybody's safety or life, and you extrapolated it all the way to an error in production of a aircraft that carries 200 people. So that's quite a leap, isn't it?
Not really, because paperwork, there's a paperwork trail for everything, right?
Correct.
The IRS has paperwork. I mean, when you make a mistake with paperwork with the IRS, what happens?
You might
Audited.
and
You might get audited.
And how does that result in your death or injury?
Well, I mean,
How does that result in your death or injury?
well, it doesn't have to result in death or injury. It could result in, you know, misrepresent. You could be,
Okay.
you know, you could be like,
Just going off the example you provided.
right. So, I mean, if they mistake me for someone else because you put the wrong height, the wrong, you know, maybe that person has a warrant. I don't know, you know. Maybe he might shoot me, you
Why
know.
would he shoot you?
Well, usually, you know, it looked like he was ready to draw his weapon, so.
I'm always ready to draw my weapon.
Are you?
Yes,
On
especially on a traffic stop.
unarmed civilians?
How do I know they're unarmed?
Do I look like I'm
I
armed?
don't know. I don't have X-ray vision. I can't see in
Oh,
the
okay.
of your back.
So I can conceal guns in my
I
underwear.
don't know. You have a very large thing in your pocket there.
I have an arsenal in my underwear.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Nunchucks and, you know, swords and.
I have no idea. And it's kept me alive this long to go
Okay.
with that mindset.
So you think everyone in the public's dangerous?
Do I think so? No, I don't think so.
Okay, because it seems like you're worried for your life more than you're worried about the public's life, right?
I am worried about my life first and foremost.
Okay, because the public's super dangerous, right?
I think that's a pretty obvious answer to that question, right?
Not really. I mean, I don't really see, you know,
What?
you know, everyone's not a gangbanger. Everyone's not gonna, you know,
I agree.
so I mean,
I agree with you 100%.
right, but the way these traffic stops are being conducted is almost like Nazi. The way you guys conduct it and the way you like surround the vehicle and you act like,
How do we surround the vehicle when there's only one trooper in the car usually?
well, there was,
I can't surround a car when I'm by myself, can I?
you call for backup. You're never alone. You're never alone.
Oh, we are all the time.
No. Every time I've been pulled over, there's another,
So you've been pulled over a lot?
what does that mean?
I don't know. You said every time I've been pulled over.
Well, I mean, this state is, you know, they like to ticket people. That's the revenue process here.
It's not our revenue. You know where our money goes?
Where's it go?
It doesn't come to the agency. It goes to the district court, Department of Licensing, and trauma funds.
Okay. And who pays the court and who pays the troopers?
Well, the troopers, we get paid from your license tabs. There's a highway traffic safety account. And
So the taxpayers pay that, right?
Correct, they do.
So our-
Because we're providing a public service.
Right.
If you understand how it works here in the United States, you pay taxes and then the government provides services. Do you understand that?
Of course,
Okay, well, that's how that works.
right.
And
But
what's the problem?
the problem is I'm genuinely concerned about this officer's behavior, and it doesn't sound
I
like
totally understand, but you've talked about a lot of other topics other than that.
right. But this is the concern, right?
Okay?
Talking
So
about
let's stay focused on that and not talk about fines or minor.
well, you asked me if I was pulled over more, right? You've asked the questions, I've answered you. So
Every time you get pulled over.
I've responded to your questions.
Pulled over a lot.
So if we're off topic, it's because you've derailed the topic, right?
Okay,
So
so what do you want to talk about now?
the officer Joseph Armstrong,
Okay,
he is extremely dangerous.
okay,
He wants to bash your window in, pull you out of the car, and arrest you. That's what he wants.
so if he wants that, and you're going off of that observation or your interpretation of his actions like that, how many times do you think he's done that in the last couple of years?
You know, honestly, I would think he's done it at least a good 5 times.
Yeah, you know how many times he has?
How many?
0.
In the last year? Or,
Last 2 years.
okay. How long has he been on the force?
Oh, I don't know, probably 5, 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
How about in the 5 or 6 years?
none.
None, okay. Why does he think,
So where's the foundation of your argument that he's going to break your window and pull you out?
so usually when someone's sticking their head in your window and they're spitting, their
Yeah,
water's just flying out of their mouth and their eyes are bulging out of their head and
right.
his face is turning all red, it shows a sign of anger, right? The guy's, he's in some type of heated moment where he's in a rage, right?
Okay.
So if he's in some type of rage and maybe he's got personal problems, maybe his wife left him, maybe he beats his wife, maybe he kicks his dog, I don't know what it is, but there's something bothering him, right? And it's not me.
Okay.
So a minor cell phone violation to keep threatening to rip me out of the vehicle, when I tell him I'll give it, I didn't refuse. I did not refuse to identify. I only said I would give it to his sergeant. He says, if I can't get a sergeant here, I'm telling you what I'm gonna have to do. I'm telling you what I'm gonna have to do. That's incorrect. He doesn't have to rip people out of the car.
He didn't, I don't know if he said that or not. I don't know, but here's the thing. If I was in that situation and I stopped you, here's how I would have handled it. If you would have refused to give your license to me, I would have said, you're under arrest for failing to comply. And then if you would have continued to resist arrest and not get out of your car, you would have been charged with additional charges of resisting arrest.
So you do realize that I was free to leave when I stepped out of my vehicle. I was free to leave. Yes, I was. She said I was free to leave.
Well, I haven't watched the video, so I don't know what happened, and I don't know what.
And if you would have made a threat, or if you would have made a,
I'm just telling you, I've experienced this before, and I'm telling you what I have done. I'm not talking about Trooper Armstrong. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about me and what I would do.
right, but
Okay.
you understand
The other
that,
thing, no, I'm talking now. Here's the other thing to think about. The characteristics that you were described about Trooper Armstrong when he's talking to you at the side of the window, I actually applaud his professionalism and restraint. If he was that heated and he was that emotional, I actually applaud his restraint.
Really?
He remained professional.
you applaud him, huh?
Well, yeah, because let me ask you this: did you get yarded out of the car through and break your window like you're talking about?
So the only reason he didn't,
Did you?
what's that?
Did you?
Say again.
Did your window get broken and you pulled out of the car?
No.
Thank you. So he showed great restraint.
Do you know why?
I don't know why. I didn't watch.
Because Sergeant Mosley de-escalated the situation.
Okay.
That lady calmed the situation down.
Okay.
She backed him off. She had her trooper come over. And if they were worried about their safety, I was still outnumbered. Honestly, you should be applauding Mosley.
Okay.
You should be applauding her because she handled the situation very well.
I'm applauding all my troopers that go.
Are you?
out
Okay.
every day
Well,
for the citizens, and you occupied several people's time that night when they could have been out arresting impaired drivers.
so you're more worried about your officer safety, correct?
No, I'm worried about everybody's safety. I'm worried about my officer safeties. I'm worried about the public safety. That's why I'm in this job.
Right, but like, when
Don't try to put words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your
Yes,
mouth.
You are. You just said you're more worried about your officer's safety.
Because you keep talking about I'm worried about my officers, I'm worried about me when I'm at a stop.
And I'm worried about the public.
But you don't say that, right?
There's a lot of things that I don't say. But you're just making assumptions about me, aren't you?
It's not about you, it's about this guy.
A lot of assumptions.
Like, if you don't believe me that this guy is dangerous, it doesn't matter. The world sees it.
So how long have I known you?
Me?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay.
But you,
How long do you think I've known and watched Trooper Armstrong work?
6 years.
Okay. So why should I believe you more than I believe him?
Well, you can see the video. Videos don't lie, right?
That's fine.
Videos don't lie. He can say whatever he wants. This video is being viewed. And the views,
What do you want?
I would like justice.
Okay.
Because if it was me that made that threat, I would be in handcuffs. My face would be in the pavement. I'd be in jail.
I told you how to do that.
You told me to go to Snohomish County Sheriff's, yeah?
That's where it happened.
So that would be the Everett courthouse, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Fourth floor.
4th floor? Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do that because, I mean,
Because that's the way it works, right? So what happens is whichever law enforcement agency has jurisdiction in that area, they have what's called right of first refusal. Okay? So the crime has to be reported to that local jurisdiction that has authority there. Then if they don't want to investigate, then it can go to a sister or a partner agency.
okay. Well, the thing is you said that how,
Is there anything else
the thing you said is how you would handle the situation. You would say, you're under arrest.
Right.
And if I don't comply, then I'm a resisting arrest. So I'm under arrest and I'm resisting arrest.
Yeah, you need to
So basically that's 2 charges, correct?
Yeah, you need to review those statutes
I need to review those statutes?
and also obstruction.
Okay. Because you do realize that I didn't refuse to identify. I did not refuse.
Okay.
I said I would give it to the sergeant.
Yeah, but you don't determine that in the RCW.
I'm a free human being. This is America. We live in America. This is a free country. There is no Nazi police agency that's going to tell me what to do. If you told me to sit down right now, I'd give you the finger. I'd flip you off and say, fuck you, I'm not sitting down. Okay? You don't dictate me what I'm going to do.
Right.
Okay? I control my own actions.
Sure.
There is no Nazi internment camp. You cannot control me.
Why do you keep talking about Nazis?
Well, usually this is, what the Nazis did, right?
I don't know.
The Nazis, put people in the gas chamber. They lock them up. They kill them, right?
I don't understand how that equates to this situation.
Well, you wouldn't say that this police agency is similar to being Nazi?
No, because we're governed by laws in this country, right? We're a nation of laws.
Right, but
Those
what...
laws are enacted by elected people, right? So you are free to elect people as you see fit, right? And those are the people that enact laws. And then we have judges that are elected and appointed by our elected officials that interpret the law and also serve sentences, right? If you're found guilty of an infraction or a crime. So you are free. I don't understand why you think you're not free.
Because when you're telling me that I'll be arrested for failing to comply, I'm not failing to comply because I haven't broke any law. There was no, listen to me. I'm talking now. Listen to me. There was no crime committed.
Okay.
There was no crime committed. Did I rob a bank? No. Did I kick someone's door in? Did I do domestic violence? No. There was no crime.
Okay.
So there is no reason to handcuff someone. If I'm a criminal, if I'm breaking into cars, arrest me.
Okay.
Do your job. But if I'm just driving down the road and this officer thinks I'm texting when I told him my navigation was on and it fell on the floor and I picked it up and I put it back on my dash,
Okay.
and he did say he saw me pick it up and put it down. He did say that. He admitted to
I
that.
don't know.
So if you want to arrest me because I'm not committing a crime, who's the criminal then? Who becomes the criminal?
I'm just telling you, I gave you a hypothetical situation.
Right.
Where I have experienced that in the past where people didn't identify themselves to me. And I'm just explaining to you the process and the laws with that.
And I'm trying to explain to you that's incorrect. You should never arrest someone that is not a criminal. So I'm not criminally active.
Right. That's actually true, right?
Right. So I become a criminal because you say I refuse to ID, right?
Unless they've committed a crime.
What's that?
You're right. We don't arrest people unless they've committed a crime. That's correct.
But you're saying I commit a crime if I don't give you my ID.
Right, it's called failing to comply.
Failing to comply.
Yeah, you should look it up.
Okay, because he says it was no
No valid operator's license without ID, which is another crime.
no valid operators.
Yeah, there's a lot of laws out there.
What does that mean? No valid.
You know, to drive a car, you have to have a driver's license. That's actually called an operator's license.
Yeah, that's a driver's license.
So no valid operator's license
So
without any ID.
so you do realize that.
Crime in Washington State.
So you're pretty aware of the system you have in your car. You have that laptop. You're able to type in people's license plates, and you can,
Yeah.
my picture pops up, everything pops up, all my data, my birth date, my name, my first, my middle.
Okay.
So you don't need my registration. You don't need my license. You have it all right there. Everything's in front of you.
Okay.
He already knew who I was before he pulled me over.
I don't know
Sure he does.
how.
He ran my license plate. Come on. You think he didn't run my license plate?
We don't type our license plate, the license plates in other cars as we're driving.
Well, they're probably scanned.
No,
License plate scanners.
that's really strange. You make a lot of assumptions about things.
Really? Okay. Why don't you explain to me then? If,
I'm not going to explain to you. I have other work to do. So
Okay.
do you have any other things you want to discuss?
like I said, I'm here to report Joseph Armstrong.
So
Mosley and Tenzin, they're all right.
So I told you, you said you wanted a criminal complaint. I told you the process. To do
Right?
that.
You did?
What more is there to discuss?
I have to go there. That's it.
Okay.
We're done here.
Have a good day.
You are dismissed.
No,
You are dismissed.
I'm not dismissed. I'm here.
You said you had work to go, right?
I do.
Okay. So I'm dismissing you from this conversation. I've engaged it. Now I'm dismissing you.
Okay.
Okay?
Does that make you feel better?
Does it make you feel better to arrest me, to throw handcuffs on me, to slam me on the ground, to put me in your jail because there's not enough people in these jails?
No, I mean, does it make you feel better like you have power over me by saying you dismiss me?
Does it make you feel better that you have power over me when you put handcuffs on me?
No, I never have.
No, you haven't. But it feels I feel like you would. Like if you were to stop me, I feel like that's your first motive is to,
Well, I feel a lot of things too,
Okay.
right?
So just remember, everyone's not a criminal.
I agree.
Everyone's not a criminal. People have jobs. Maybe I make 10 times more money than you.
I agree.
So
And money's not everything in the world.
it's not everything in the world. But when you start looking at everyone in the public like they're dangerous,
I don't.
well, Trooper Armstrong definitely does.
No, I know he doesn't for a fact.
Okay. Well, Tenzin.
My days of interaction with him.
The Tenzin guy, he was pretty calm. He was pretty relaxed, and he was actually trying to de-escalate the situation.
Okay.
As Trooper Armstrong, they jumped in and tried to make it aggressive.
Okay.
So, and I've seen a lot of videos on this guy on Como 4. He's on Como 4, and,
Okay.
I posted the links in my video. So
Okay.
any interaction from now on with me and your police force will be recorded.
You're right, it is.
It is?
Yeah, we have in dash car video.
Right, but you're going to have my video posted to the world. Yours isn't released to the world. Mine is. Mine is available.
Ours can be released to the world.
You don't need a FOIA for this. There's no FOIA for this,
Yeah.
Because
Why?
I'm releasing it. I'm on
You
a
know why?
public platform.
Right, because I'm public servant, and I don't mind being recorded.
There you go. That's correct. That's the right thing to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're supposed to say. So, all right. Well, that's it.
All right. I hope you find peace in your world.
Peace in my world?
Yes.
Okay. I hope Trooper Armstrong finds penitentiary.
Oh.
I hope he goes to prison for about 10 years
Okay.
where he belongs.
Okay.
And if you need me to lock him up, I'll do it.
Well, you can't. You don't have the authority to.
Well, I mean, citizen's arrest.
You can't do that.
Really? Who says?
No.
Huh?
You can't do that.
I can't citizens arrest him? Why not?
You have to have a law enforcement agency.
If the guy's committing a crime.
You go and report this to the local jurisdiction.
If the guy's committing a crime, why can't I arrest him?
Because you don't have the legal authority.
Okay, so you're telling me if there's 100 people outside and they said this officer's committing a crime and we arrested him, you're telling me that,
You can't arrest them
why not?
because you don't have the legal authority.
I don't need to have a badge to arrest someone.
All right, sir.
If a bank robber's robbing a bank, you don't think I can stop him?
You can, but it's not
If I hold him down and handcuff him, that's not an arrest?
No,
What do you call that?
it's a detention.
Okay. So can I detain Officer Joseph Armstrong?
Not legally,
Not legally.
right?
What does that mean, not legally?
Because you haven't proven a crime.
I have video.
Okay,
Okay. Usually when threats are made, that's a crime, right?
okay.
So usually
Necessarily.
people take threats seriously.
Okay.
That's all I know. Like if I was to make a threat to you, you'd probably open this door and try to, manhandle me,
Okay.
right? Is that a correct assumption?
I don't know.
Or would you just,
Predict the future. I know what the past has been. I know what my training is. I know what the laws are, etc. Again, you continue to make these incredible assumptions about things.
it's not incredible assumptions. I've been around the block. You think I do this for a reason?
No.
Cops are dangerous. They are extremely dangerous and they will shoot you. They will shoot you.
Yes, we will shoot.
You will shoot. You will shoot unarmed civilians.
No.
Yes, you will.
If we're posed with a lethal threat towards ourselves or someone else, our duty is to stop that threat.
Okay.
If that
So,
results in someone being shot, then so be it.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what we do.
So, I mean, you can't have three guys maybe hold him down or capture him or detain him.
Depends on the situation.
But I said unarmed. I did say unarmed, right?
There's hundreds of millions of situations. You can't just put a blanket over everything.
So we don't live in Chicago. We don't live in New York. We don't live in Detroit, right? Those are probably some of the most dangerous places in America. Would you agree?
I don't know.
With officer safety. You're here in Bellevue, Washington. This is like, there's bunny, rabbits, there's, wildlife. This is actually a really safe place.
Okay.
I don't know if you...
I don't what
I'm just explaining to you that this isn't a dangerous
you
place.
see how you're jumping from
You don't need to worry about your officer safety.
No, we always
You know?
do.
You do?
Yes, we
Okay.
always do.
How many troopers got killed in Bellevue?
You can go out there and look.
Okay. In Bellevue.
You can go out there and look.
In Bellevue?
In King County.
In King County, that's Seattle.
Bellevue. We work King County.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
And we have troopers all across the state.
right.
Okay?
So I get it. You value your troopers more than the public.
Three of my friends in my career have been killed.
I mean, people die, right? And it's not because, everyone's bad, right?
No.
Kobe Bryant just died, right?
Yes, but
And-
he didn't die at the hands of someone else as an act of violence.
Well, that's true, but,
Right.
like I said, you guys never come in one number. You come in many. So
Okay.
That's it. We're done.
Okay.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too. Have a good day.
Yep. You said you had work to do, right?
I do,
Okay.
but I can stay here.
Oh, so you don't need to do your work, right?
Well, I can't. I do need to.
Oh, you do, but you're still. I'm just wondering because you said that you had work to do, and usually when people have work to do, they go back to work and do their work, right?
Right.
So I mean, if you don't have work to do,
As long as you're here, someone is going to be occupied.
well, that's his job, right?
No, his job is not that.
His job is to service the front desk, right?
Yes, but he has a lot of other things that he does.
Okay. Does he?
Yes.
Well, it sounds like you don't have much on your plate, and you're just,
No, I have a lot, but I
Okay.
don't need to explain that to you.
You have what?
I said I have a lot of things on my plate, but I don't need to explain that to you.
No, you don't. That's your, I mean, if I requested, you'd have to because you're a public servant, right?
No, I don't have to tell you all the details
Oh,
of my
okay.
daily work.
What do you have to tell me?
Whatever you file in public disclosure,
Whatever I file in the public disclosure.
yes, and you have those forms.
You understand that you're a public servant and you work for me and I pay your salary? You understand that, right?
Yeah, I wish I had a nickel
Oh, you wish you had a nickel?
back to you.
Why don't you just give me your whole paycheck?
No,
No? Okay.
no.
I'd disperse it around the world. I'd be like Robin Hood. Give it all back to the people.
I give to charity,
Do you?
yeah, about 8 to 10% a month. How much do you give to charity?
Well, it depends, but,
So you don't know what your finances are? How much do you give to charity if you're such a public servant as well with your videos?
How much do I give to charity?
Yes. Did I stutter?
I mean, it depends. Money fluctuates, right?
Okay, so what percentage then?
Like I said, it depends.
Okay,
It depends.
and what charities?
United Way.
Okay, good.
How about you?
I give to a charity called Unbound. I give to Catholic Community Services. I give to local food banks.
Okay.
So,
So, your other sergeant, that's your sergeant, right?
no, he's not my sergeant.
Okay, well, whatever sergeant he is, he's thinking people are being baited into something.
I don't know what that has to do. Now you're introducing a whole new topic.
I'm just going over what was said because I
I
have.
thought you were all done. I wasn't here, so
Well, I am done, but you're still here, so I'm assuming you want to talk.
No, because you're here, so someone needs to service you. I'm gonna let my staff do their work while I help you out.
But you said you're done. You've already told me what to do. You already told me to go to Snohomish County.
Right,
You already told me to go to the 4th floor.
so why are you still here?
Well, I mean, this is a public
Snohomish County?
This is a public building, right?
Jay Ernest?
I can stay here as long as I want, right?
No, you cannot.
I cannot.
Right, you saw the hours of operation on the door.
Okay, so when it closes, I can stay here from open to close.
If you want to.
Okay. So, and if I just want to stand here and take some pictures of the building, I probably don't need you here, right? I could probably send you back to work, right?
Well, you don't get to send me anywhere.
Well, I mean, if we don't just pay you to do nothing, right?
I don't know.
I mean, that's not what I pay you for, right? I pay you to serve and protect.
I'm not doing nothing right now. I'm dealing with a citizen.
But you've already said you're done with me, right? You've already,
No, I don't know why you're still here because we already talked.
like I said, maybe I want to take pictures of the hallway.
Go ahead.
Okay? I don't need you here to do that.
I know, but I can stand here.
Right, but then you're wasting taxpayers' money, right? If you're just standing here?
Or are you wasting taxpayers' money?
No, because I work for a private company.
Okay.
I don't work for the city.
Oh, so you occupying my time with this is not a waste of the time.
I'm not, I've dismissed you. You've been dismissed 5 times.
Okay,
You've been dismissed.
okay.
You've been sent back to work.
I understand, but.
But what? But what?
You're not my boss.
You work for me, right?
No, I don't.
You don't work for me.
For a captain. And that captain then works for the chief, who works for the governor. And you've elected the governor. So if you have a problem with the way the state patrol is and the way our structure is, your avenue as a public person is through your elected officials.
So you're saying that the people can't suggest you to do your job?
They can suggest all they want, yes.
Okay. So,
And we actually do. With citizens' calls and complaints about things going on in our communities, and we devote resources to it if it is a need. So yes, we do that.
okay. Well, I think our conversation is long done. I think we're probably like,
You know what? That is one thing I would agree with you on.
okay. So I'm going to say it one more time. You're available to go back to work. You are dismissed.
Okay?
Sergeant Longoria.
Yeah, I'm not a sergeant. I'm a
Lieutenant
lieutenant.
Longoria. Sorry about that. So, Lieutenant Longoria, you are dismissed.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Just going to see if you go back to work.
I'm going to see if you leave.
That might be 4:30. Closes at 4:30 or 5?
Say 5.
5 o'clock, okay.
Yeah.
I think the hours of operation on Google are.
Until 8 tonight.
Okay. Sure.
So, what company do you work for?
I think you can read it on my coat, right?
Yeah. So Honeywell's fine with you working and being here
Well, I mean,
on the clock?
well, who says I'm working right now?
Well, I don't.
And who says I work at the site? Maybe I work from home.
Right, I understand, but right now you're not doing any work for Honeywell, correct?
Correct.
Right.
That's correct. And I kind of make my own hours, honestly. So when I decide to do my work, I do my work.
That's good.
That's right. So that's what happens when you go to school and you work and you learn something, you know.
That's good.
Yep.
I'm happy for you.
I don't just go to a trooper academy and, do some trooper training and,
Again, you're making a lot of assumptions about people, aren't you?
well, I'm sure there's a trooper academy.
There is.
Yeah. So I don't think it's an assumption. I think I'm pretty right. So.
But the assumption is that by what you said is that troopers are uneducated.
Well, the problem is I've already brought it up to you that some of your troopers are being not trained properly.
Well,
And if this guy is allowed to be on the streets, he is a danger to the public.
there's a way to do that. There's a criminal justice training commission down in Burien, and they govern all the law enforcement training for the state. And if you have a problem with the way officers are being trained in this state, that is where you would address it.
So if I fear for my life, that's a problem, right?
But see, you're talking about training, now you're saying about fearing for your life. I fear for my life at times too, but it doesn't.
Right, but I'm not the one with the gun, right? You have a whole arsenal on your belt, right?
No.
You're fully equipped
One gun.
to subdue someone
Why do you keep re-engaging with me on things?
because you are here.
I know I'm here, this is where I work.
You're supposed to be up there doing your job.
You don't know what I do or where exactly.
Why don't you tell me?
I don't need to tell you. I work.
You work.
Yes.
Okay. You're the only one that works, or?
No.
Okay.
We have a lot of great people here that work.
I'm sure you do, but not all of the troopers are great.
Okay.
Not every trooper in the world is great. You understand that?
Let me.
There's good and there's bad, right?
Let me ask you a question about yourself. When was the last time you did something for someone else?
I do stuff for people all the time.
Such as?
I buy lunch for people almost every day.
Right.
Every day, I will spend money. I don't care if you pay me back. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
It's on me,
Right.
you know?
What
So
do you do in your local community to improve the community?
what do I do for local communities?
Yeah, what do you do in your local community to improve things for the citizens?
You mean like-
All citizens of that.
You mean like a homeless run?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't
Okay.
know. I want to get a little.
So obviously I'm not rich. I'm not Kobe Bryant, right? So I don't have millions of dollars, right?
Okay. But,
To-
yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Sure it does. You have a budget, right? Everyone's got a budget, right?
But I mean, anybody can help out with things
Right.
in the community.
Sure. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Name and badge number?
Trooper McMurtry, 795.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Anyways,
No, I'm good. Thanks.
so local communities, what do I do in my free time to support local communities, right? Like a homeless run or,
I don't know.
Right, but what have I done or what do I do every weekend or?
I don't know anything about you.
Right, you're asking me. I'm just trying to get more information about the
Your
question.
local community to help the community.
So I've helped homeless drives before.
Okay.
I don't do it all the time.
Good.
But I know a lot of people involved in that and they invite me to do it all the time. And I'm offered to go to places like Rhode Island, New York, and do it and help the community. Okay. So I don't do it all the time, but once in a while, yeah. Let's say once a month.
Okay.
That's a good number.
Good.
How about you?
About every day that I work.
You help the community every day.
Yeah.
What do you do to help the community every day?
Different things through my duties, right? Either help people alongside the road,
Right.
help some people that are addicted to drugs, help people in various ways.
Right. So if you are a good cop, then that's great. That's great news. That's what we want. We want good cops, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
We want good cops on the road. We don't want dangerous cops on the road, right?
Sure.
So if you are doing those things, that's great because that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to serve and protect and help the public. You're not supposed to arrest people that are not criminals. You're not supposed to threaten people's lives and arrest people that are non-criminal. Right, but I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about because if you did, you would say, I'm concerned about my officer. I didn't like what happened. I think things could have went better.
Well, that's subject to interpretation, and that's your interpretation.
No, that's the world. The world is watching that video.
Right.
The world is watching that video. And you've already said you've read the comments. And people have made threats.
I haven't read the comments.
Okay, well, you said there was a threat made.
That's what I've been told.
Okay.
I haven't read it. I haven't paid it any time. But does that empower you that the world's watching this video? You seem to get very excited about that.
Well, the world, because you have your own opinion, right?
Is that how
And-
you have power over things?
And your opinion is locked behind this wall, right? You make your opinion, and then you're there. That's it. No one can move that opinion.
Is that your excitement or your power, how you feel empowered over the police by sending videos out online for the world to see?
A bad cop, yes.
Is that what excites you?
It doesn't excite me. It shows me that I have control.
Okay,
I'm no longer helpless. I am not helpless to any officer,
okay.
you know. So there is no officer in this world that can hold me a hostage, you know.
Right,
Pretty much I'm a hostage on the side of the road,
okay.
you know. If you think that I've committed a crime in your head, that I've committed this crime,
Right.
you know. Like I said, if I knocked off a bank, that's a crime, you know. If I broke into someone's car, that's a crime.
Okay.
But claiming that I failed to ID,
That's a crime too.
that's, you know, come on.
It's a crime, sorry.
Okay, well, do you know how many people in the world don't agree with that?
I understand if they don't agree with it, they need to contact their elected official in Olympia or at the federal level and then have that addressed or have the law changed. There is a process to do that.
Right, but that doesn't happen overnight. You know that.
And you know what's a great quality of people? Is patience.
That's a virtue. Someone's got some extreme virtue if they got patience like that, because,
Right.
you know, people are waiting for lots of laws to get changed, and usually laws don't get changed unless someone gets killed.
Not necessarily.
Usually that's what triggers it.
Yeah.
Usually that's what triggers it.
Yeah.
So, yep. Any more questions?
I don't have any questions like that. I was just curious. I wanted to learn a little something about you since we've spent so much time together.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a bad guy. If you think I am, I'm not. I wouldn't have a job. You know, if I had felonies, if I had misdemeanors, I would probably be in jail or, you know, so. Not a criminal, if that's what you're wondering.
No, I
Okay.
just was curious.
Yeah, no,
That's all.
yeah. But like I said, good cops,
If we're gonna hang out here, we might as well talk about stuff.
why not?
Yeah. You go to Eastern Washington?
I've been there, yeah. I like Wenatchee.
Eastern Washington?
What's that?
Are you from Eastern Washington?
I'm not. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have an Eastern Washington emblem on your polo.
Oh, this is American Eagle, right?
Oh, American. I thought it was EWU.
Nope. Fair.
Machining.
No, American Eagle. So,
They have the same kind of symbol for.
yeah, I think I heard of them, yeah.
Yeah.
You've been to Lake Chelan?
Yep.
Oh, I like that. That's probably the best water in Washington.
Yeah.
It's crystal clear. You can see through it.
But it's nice.
It's almost like you can, like you're in Florida,
Yeah.
the Key West or something.
Yeah.
So,
More mountainous though.
where do you like to go? And
I like to go all over the world. You know what's great is there's so many great places in the world to see and experience and people to meet and experience.
oh yeah, traveling the world's fun. You been to Greece yet?
Yes.
How about Athens?
No.
No. Okay. You been to the islands?
Which islands?
Mykonos?
No.
Okay.
Just a creek.
You been to Italy?
No, I only landed in Naples. I never actually spent time
Okay.
in Italy.
Naples is very nice. You should explore it.
Yeah,
Really good food. You'll never want the food here again.
I believe it.
Never want it again. The best ice cream in the world
Yeah,
in Italy. You cannot beat it.
yeah.
You speak any languages?
I speak a little German
Okay.
because I had it in high school.
That's a hard language to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't use it, you lose it.
Well, some of it. I don't think you fully lose it all, but yeah, I believe you. It takes you a while. You have to think about it, and you're like, oh, okay, that's how you say that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But
How you doing, sir? Everything good? Yeah, we're all good. Good to see you this morning, or today. It's not morning anymore, so.
I sent you a text, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, phone's in my pocket. I don't always feel it vibrate, so.
how long you been an officer?
24 years.
Long time.
Yeah.
It's a really long time. Wow. Cool. Well,
So, how you doing? Just need me to sign? Thanks. There you go. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
I'm just curious. Like, you'll open the door for him and you'll talk to him. You know, why is there like a wall between us? If you're a good cop, I'm just saying, like, why do you have to have that protection? Do you fear me, or is there some type? Okay,
It's just my choice.
your choice.
Yeah,
So personal.
that's it. Just a personal choice.
Okay.
I deal with people, like I said, you know, I've been working 24 years, so I've dealt with people on all different environments, et cetera,
Right.
and stuff. So I don't mind anything, but, you know,
This is kind of a negative, right, between us, right? It's kind of,
if that's how you interpret it.
I mean, we can talk through the glass and pretend we're friends, right, all day long.
You hear me, so it seems like it's not really a hindrance to our communication.
Well, no, it's not, but, you know, it's more polite to, right? Would you do that at another
I
country?
feel I've been polite.
For the most part, honestly, you have.
Yeah.
I do feel you did side with your officer more.
I'm gonna side with them
Okay.
first until they prove.
Like I said, Mosley and Tenzin, I believe they're good.
You seem to be just really focused on that stop, that interaction.
Oh, I've never seen nothing like it.
Okay.
I've never seen an officer where his eyes were like just about to pop out of his head, and he was putting gloves on. I mean, when you try to intimidate someone, you're gonna glove up like that. That's his intimidation, you know.
You know why we glove up?
Why?
Because our training teaches us because of infectious diseases and stuff, so we don't ever know what we're going to be exposed to.
Right.
And so one form of personal protective equipment is our gloves, and I have like multiple in my pocket right now because that's our training.
And I'm fully aware of PPE, personal protective equipment. But here's the thing. He put them on for a reason. He was getting ready to apprehend someone, right?
Possibly. And
He
so it's good to be prepared,
Okay.
right?
So
Would you agree?
I don't know. I feel like if he,
I don't know how things are gonna go, right? I don't know how things are gonna be resolved. So, because, you know, things can happen at just a flip of a switch, right? And so I might not have time to put on those gloves. So if I have time, why not put them on?
like I said, I mean,
You know, see, doesn't that kind of make sense?
no, because if I'm not a threat, like if I'm not any type of threat to you, you don't need to glove up. You don't need to intimidate the public. The public is not your enemy.
He's not intimidating. He's looking out for his own self.
He put them on multiple times,
Okay.
on and off multiple times.
I wasn't there. I didn't see the video.
Well, I mean, you obviously know about the video.
I do know about
Okay.
it. I haven't seen it. You know, you think the whole world's watching it, and, well, not everybody in the world's watching
Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there.
it. It's
So.
not gonna get the whole world.
No,
because
but
I don't wanna watch it.
it'll get enough. It'll get enough to change people's view and show them the truth.
Does that make you feel good? Like I said, you feel like that gives you control over police?
So right now, there's no justice between us, right? Honestly. Between me and you, there's no justice, right?
No, there's no-
So I'm taking my own justice. This is my justice.
Okay. You know what I've seen over the last, in my career?
Tell me.
I've seen troopers go to prison.
Say again?
I've seen troopers go to prison.
Really?
Yeah, for doing wrong things.
And that's pretty rare, right?
But it happens.
Okay.
It's pretty rare also for the public to go to prison if you take it per capita.
Per capita?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, I'm assuming that officer that went to prison, he probably did something very bad, right?
All of them, yes.
They probably killed someone.
No,
No? Usually a killing is,
no.
that's what I've seen.
Actually not. See, you again make all these very large assumptions towards things.
It's not an assumption. I've read lots of articles. I've read the news.
No, but that's just what's being fed to you. You don't know the whole situation.
Well, the mainstream media is part of the, is, you know, that's more on the law enforcement side is what I'm aware of.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Take example for Trooper Armstrong. Look how close he is to Como 4 News. Just look how many times that guy has been on Como 4 News.
You seem to have spent a lot of time researching.
Oh, I know a lot about officers that break the law. I study them. I research them. I know all their information. I have files and files on these officers
So you have files on officers.
from my own research.
Okay.
So these guys, you know, they're not going to get away with, you know.
Okay.
So if they're dangerous to the public, they're dangerous to the public.
Very good.
So
Okay.
anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, if you would like to go back to work, you're free to go.
Okay. You're free to go too.
Am I? Oh,
I mean, I was never holding you or detaining you. so-
exactly. I was never detained. Glad you made that statement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I was supposedly detained with Trooper Armstrong, so, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I would definitely congratulate Sergeant Mosley. I think she's a very good sergeant.
Yeah.
I would give her, I think the way she handled it was really calmly, and tensions were high. Tensions were high, and Armstrong was ready to, break windows and drag people out of the car. So, so go ahead.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm here to see Howard. He's expecting me. Is he? Yeah. Scartozzi, Howard. Howard. Fire, is this, yeah. Yeah, no, I know he's there, I just didn't want to drive to where it said don't enter. I usually just go right through here. I walk out there. All right, great, thanks. Excuse me.
No problem. Okay, well, have a good one. I hope in the future things are taken more,
Oh, no, it's completely serious. I just explained the process to you.
Right, I understand that, but
Okay.
like I said, if I was his person in charge, I would be taking that very seriously.
Okay.
I would watch the video. I'd say, okay, look at the way he conducted himself. Did this guy do the right thing?
Okay.
And don't just, don't just have a biased decision because he's your trooper
Right.
or he works here. Try to look at it from a third party. Have someone else off the street look at it and be like, what do you think?
Well,
Give me your opinion.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay, well, that's the way the world works. You should,
Okay.
maybe 10 people say, hey, just give me your opinion. What do you think about this? What happened here? What went wrong, So, yep. Have a good one.
Take care.
Yep. It's hilarious.